Are you okay?
No, I'm gonna cry.
Oh my god!
A lot of fucking shit, bro, happened.
This morning? I'm so sorry for, like, meeting
no,
like this.
You're fine.
Oh my god. You didn't have to. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Do you want to, like, talk about it? Are you fine to talk about it or no?
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Have you seen all the shit that's going on?
Dude, okay, I, like, started to try to pay attention when I, like, I saw your, like, sort of your side, and I was like, I felt really bad for you because you're 18 years old. Okay, so there's more drama.
Yeah. I found out this morning that Jaden likes Nessa, so. Yeah. Go me. He told me over text, and I have the text, so he can't deny it. Yeah.
I'm not laughing, I'm like...
No, you're fine. I'm laughing.
What a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah. Nobody knows the whole story, and I get my point. Like, I made myself look fucking crazy as shit for posting that TikTok, but I was mad.
But did you?
I was mad. I had every right to fucking post that. And yeah, I was mad. My intentions weren't to hurt Josh. My intentions weren't to hurt Jaden. Like, my intentions were to show that, like, fuck you, Nessa, honestly. She used to be my best friend. We lived together.
Okay.
I'll talk about it on here. I don't care. Because I told Jaden I wouldn't talk about it on Barstool.
And here we fucking go. Fuck you, Josh. Do you like Josh?
Josh is one of my best friends. I've known Josh for like 3 years now. He was my best friend. He's known me even in my past relationships. And he was like my best friend, and he fucking hates me now.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be okay.
Thank you.
I'm here. Don't worry.
We can talk about it. I don't care.
Okay.
I'm just gonna bawl my eyes out.
You can. That's fine. Okay. This is, I'm like emotional for you right now because I have been there where you find out that your boyfriend
I mean, I just think about it like, she's my best friend, and I don't give a fuck if she's not my friend anymore. I wish her the best, but it's like, you were my best friend. And I know, like, we can start recording. I don't even give a fuck.
Okay,
I'll talk about it.
Let's start recording. Okay, so you are going through a public breakup.
Yes.
And I literally felt so bad you walking crying today. I'm like, holy fuck, you didn't need to come, so thank you for coming.
No, of course.
Can you kind of explain the situation to anyone that doesn't understand
yeah, of course.
it?
Okay, so sorry right now if I cry.
It's okay.
But I just want to say a big apology to Josh.
Oh.
It's gonna make me cry. I fucking love Josh so fucking much. He's literally like one of my best friends. I've known him for 3 years now, almost. I went on tour with him. And I got to know him throughout the 3 years, and I saw how much he really loved Nessa, and he saw how much I really love, Jaden and stuff like that. And the fact that he called me crazy, I don't fucking blame him at all. Because I did release that video of that edit, and I never realized when me posting that I'd be hurting Josh.
Yeah.
But I was, because that is literally his ex-girlfriend, so
right.
I'm an idiot for posting it. I feel like I had every right to post it because I was mad, and it was my feelings, but I honestly didn't have to post it on social media, and I did. So I just want to say sorry to Josh, because I love him.
I think he'll respect that a lot. But when you posted it, I think any girl can relate. Like, when you think that your boyfriend is being fucking shady on you or cheating on you, whatever the fuck, like, I'm sorry, but your eyes just glaze over and you're gonna do whatever
you
the
just
fuck
get
you
mad.
want.
I mean, you lose self-control, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm so mad, and then you make stupid decisions.
How did you post it? What made you think that your friend was cheating on you with your boyfriend?
Okay, so I'm not gonna go in full detail, but I'm literally just gonna say the exact truth. Okay. I don't care if anyone thinks I'm crazy after this, because I know I'm not crazy.
I don't
all
think
my
you're
girls
crazy.
have my back. Thank you. Okay, so I broke my phone this morning. Okay, not this morning, but I broke my phone one morning, and Jaden was going to Laguna with Nessa, Cooper, Quentin, their manager, and Nessa's manager, Bree.
Okay.
And they were going, they've had that plan for like a week now, and he went, and I was like, okay, I don't care, go with your friends, go for it, because Cooper, Quentin, and Jaden all live together now. And I was like, go for it. Cooper's mom wants to celebrate them, like her son moving out, and she wants to make dinner for them. Do it, go for it. They went, okay? I broke my phone that morning. Something happened, I broke my phone, and he gave me his phone, okay? My own boyfriend gave me his phone because he did it for a safety reason. Oh my gosh, I'm leaving. My girlfriend doesn't have a phone. Let me give her mine. He comes back into the house after he left 10 minutes later and is like, give me my phone. And I was like, why? And he was like, my manager, I'm not going to say her name, my manager thinks that you convinced me to give me your phone because, like, you broke yours. That's your fault. You broke it. So now his manager convinced him that he was wrong for
just giving you his phone
for a safety reason, okay? And I was like, okay, fine. He has an iPad, right?
Oh, fuck.
So he gave me his iPad.
Okay.
But before he gave me his phone, he deleted a message on his phone because I saw it. You know when you see someone's phone and they're like this and they go like that and it's delete? I saw that motion and I'm like, maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe I'm just crazy. And I was like, did you delete something off your phone before you handed it to me? And he goes, no, I swear to God. He swore to God. I swear to God, no, I didn't. Okay?
But if I know better, it's going to be on the fucking iPad.
It's on the iPad, right?
Fucking idiot.
Okay, so I have his iPad. I did not think anything of it, go through his iPad, nothing. I was like, no, it's his privacy. I'm not going to go through it. I didn't go through his phone when I had it. I didn't go through his iPad.
Right.
Later that night, he hasn't answered me at all the whole day. Usually, I was at a darty, which is a day party.
Right.
They were swimming. I was in a swimsuit. He's always very, very protective. Not jealous in a way.
Right.
He's very protective. He was very like, hey, he would always be like, hey, are you okay? Just want to make sure you're okay. Nothing. Literally not one thing. 6 hours later went by. And which is fine. I'm not crazy. I'm not trying to get him.
No, but you know the patterns.
Right.
Yeah.
I said, hey, I just want to make sure you're okay. I said all this other stuff. 6 hours later went by. And he said,
wait, how are you messaging him?
I went and got a new phone.
Oh, okay.
Actually, I got a new phone.
But you have his iPad.
Yeah, I have his iPad. And I was like, okay, got my new phone.
I'm
going to leave his iPad, whatever. So wasn't looking at his iPad at all. Get on my phone. Hey, I got my new phone. Just want to let you know. Hope you're having a great time. Okay?
Also, like, why the fuck aren't you texting me what's going on?
Right,
you
that was in the morning.
Motherfucker.
Didn't text me 6 hours later. And then a couple hours more went by. And I had this gut feeling. And I was like, no, why am I getting this feeling? Why do I, every time I think of Nessa and Jaden, why do I have this feeling? I mean, it's not weird that she's there. I mean, that's Cooper's best friend and, like, whatever. I mean, Sab is Cooper's girlfriend. Didn't think anything of it. I was like, no, it's just them. It's fine. It's whatever. And then I got this gut feeling. So I went on his iPad. And I was like, no, I'm snooping. I can't do that. Had a gut feeling, did it anyway. I went on his text messages with his manager because Nessa's name didn't pop up.
Right.
And went on the text with his manager. And there's a text from him that says, I'm coming to Laguna. And then there's voice recordings from him. And then he says, delete those. Don't save them. She doesn't save them. Then she sends 2 voice recordings of her saying, I'm so glad you're coming. That makes me so happy. The feelings are mutual between you and Nessa. You just have to make sure you're not with Mads. I'm so glad Mads isn't coming. You just have to break up with her. Hopefully this time you'll have another moment, meaning him and Nessa, and that hopefully you guys can pursue what you already started. So in my mind, my heart's racing hella fucking fast. My blood is boiling. You know, as a girl, that is my boyfriend. I'm like,
you pressed play on these voice messages.
I pressed play, and I'm such an idiot that I didn't screen record these, but I swear on my life, they are real. Because I have a text with Jaden that says about the voice recordings, and he says, yeah, I'll tell Josh that there's voice recordings because they're real. I know.
Okay, wait. Were you fucking nervous that if you listen to it, don't they, like, disappear? So what if he didn't get to...
No, they disappear after 24 hours.
Okay.
As I was reading them and listening to them, they were disappearing. Okay?
Okay.
I'm literally shaking right now because of his...
Also, it's fucked because you're right, now it brings in Josh, where it's, like, now his girlfriend.
In my mind, I'm like, holy fuck, Josh. And at that point, Nessa and Josh were already broken up.
Got it.
Nessa and Josh broke up, like... 2 weeks before.
But it doesn't matter because Josh is best friends with Jaden.
Like,
yeah, there's loyalty there that's supposed to be
there.
So,
anyways, I'm literally shaking. Okay, so I see the voice recordings, they're disappearing. I called Jaden. Doesn't answer me. Called him, I don't give a fuck if anyone calls me crazy. Called him 20 times.
I would too.
Called him 20 times,
fuck?
Okay? And he doesn't answer. I text Cooper and I'm like, tell Jaden to answer me right now. And he said, okay. Calls me back. And I said, you have one chance to tell me the fucking truth. I was like, I just want the truth, Jaden. He said, okay. He was like, I don't like you anymore. And he told me he doesn't like me anymore, which I believe him, because we just weren't happy. We weren't healthy, and we weren't making each other happy. Like I said, you can't make another person happy if you're not happy yourself.
Right.
So it was like a God thing. It was kind of like, okay, we jumped into our relationship too quick of trying to make each other happy, and it didn't work.
But you don't go cheat on someone, go behind their back, end
right.
it cleanly.
And so that was why we broke up. Not because of Nessa, not because of anything that was happening, not because we went to Laguna. Just we weren't happy. Right. And we should have broken up 2 weeks ago, but we didn't. Love the kid. I wish him the absolute fucking best. No, he did not cheat on me. He did not get with Nessa. That's what he said. That's what I'm going to believe. He did not get with her at all. He said he would never do that to Josh. Okay?
He would never do that to Josh.
No.
I love how he doesn't say he wouldn't do it to you.
Yeah, whatever.
Okay.
Anyways, where even was I? Okay,
So you finally find this out. You listen to it.
I find this out, yes. And so he told me
up.
that we break up. We talked for like an hour, just crying on the phone, whatever.
Is this then you go and release the video?
Then the next day, we have a really great conversation, me and Jaden.
Okay.
We talk, we apologize, left on a great note. You know what he told me the night before? First thing he said,
what?
Don't tell Josh. And I'm like, why? If you didn't do anything wrong, Josh has every right to know of those voice recordings and their manager and Nessa's intentions, because obviously their intentions were to get Jaden to like Nessa, to be with Nessa, but to break up with
Why
me.
do you think the manager gives a fuck?
In my opinion, I think it was for clout.
I agree.
I think they're brainwashing him into wanting Nessa to be together because
it looks good. They're on the fucking
They're on the
talk
same
shows.
song together, which also, I just want to say, screw every person who says I'm jealous of the song. That song is so good. I'm so proud of them. I mean, Kimmel, Ellen, that's so cool.
Amazing.
So cool. Amazing. Literally, I'm not jealous.
But how would you feel if your boyfriend then all of a sudden it like makes sense what's happening,
okay,
and then
so
they're
Josh says on the podcast that I'm calling him crazy, or calling him I'm crazy. I'm calling him thousands of times. I called him twice. I said, hey, it's important. He said, okay, you can text it. And I was like, no.
I want to talk to you.
No, I want to talk to you.
Yeah.
He runs to Jaden. Obviously, if it was me, I would run to my friend and be like, why is your ex texting me?
Right.
They didn't know we were broken up at that point. So Josh is like, yo, your girlfriend. He's probably like, yo, your girlfriend's calling me. What's going on? Jaden didn't tell him anything.
Dude, clearly because I was on BFF's podcast and literally Josh was like, I really hope, like, it's not true. I don't think it's true. I don't think it's true. This poor guy is walking around and his fucking best friend.
And I'm going to clarify again. They did not get with each other. I believe they didn't get with each other. So I'm just going to continue to believe that they didn't get with each other. But he still did that. He still went to Laguna. He still lied to me about the message he deleted. He still lied to me that seeing her, he literally saw her all the time.
Yeah.
And I always told him, you know, that was my best friend. Now she's my, like, enemy kind of. Please tell me if she's ever somewhere. You would want that.
Absolutely.
You would want, if you were in my position, you would want that if that one guy was there.
Absolutely.
It's called respect. It's not called being crazy. It's not called being controlling. It's called fucking respect in a relationship.
Dude, there's nothing worse than finding something out when you're not supposed to find it out by someone that you're supposed to be able to fucking trust.
Literally.
Like, where's the fucking loyalty?
Literally. So Josh calls me crazy, whatever. All of that happens on social media. Then after telling Josh and me and Jaden having a good conversation, I think in my mind and I'm like, damn, I heard the sound that says sabotage. I'm like, so true. I posted it as a joke. Yeah, I was mad. I still posted that video as a joke. Sabotage for me didn't mean cheat. Sabotage for me did not mean, oh, Nessa got with Jaden.
No, you're fully going behind my back. Yeah.
You were my best friend, and you do that.
Yeah.
It's kind of worse. I wish you would have gotten with him.
Yeah, like that would have made it
That's
just like
worse.
Yeah, you guys are thinking about doing something, talking about it. You're there, like, what the fuck? You're going behind your back. So when does Josh know yet?
This morning, I saw some stuff on Twitter that said that Nessa was at Jaden's house late at night. Because, you know, I have him blocked on everything. Right. Same with Nessa. And I saw things on Twitter saying that she was at his house late at night, 12 o'clock. And then she was in his car at 7 in the morning this morning. Okay? And I know them. I know my ex-boyfriend's car. Yeah. I've been with you on and off for a year. I know your damn car.
Right.
Okay? She's in his car at 7 in the morning. And I texted him. Again. You have one chance to tell me, like, what's going on. I look crazy. I'm texting back and forth. I'm texting thousands of times, calling him. Don't care. I don't care if I look crazy. I want to know the truth. He would not tell me. And then at the very end, he told me, I like Nessa. And I literally have screenshots.
This morning?
This morning. That's why I came and cried. This morning. I literally have screenshots. If you want to show them on here, I have them. He cannot deny that he didn't say that. I sent it to Josh. And I told him, I'm not sending this to hurt you. I'm not sending this to make anyone look bad. I'm sending this to you to show you I am not crazy. When I have a gut feeling, I know it's true.
Right. What did Josh say?
That.
He gave a thumbs up.
He gave me an emoji of a thumbs up. And Jaden texted me and said, Josh already knows it doesn't matter. He's a man and wants me to be happy. Josh must really hate himself if he's okay with that.
Dude, Josh is not
Josh said a week ago, I'm in love with that girl.
Yeah, no.
I'm going to marry that girl. And I think we're going to get back together. 2 days ago, he says, I'm not going to be with her. Because he found that out.
Yeah, of course.
He found that out. And I found out this morning. Which is like, if you liked her, whether you liked her 2 weeks ago, a month ago, or else maybe you got feelings for her yesterday, you tell me that.
Right, you don't leave you to have to fucking see it
2 days ago, or a week from now, a month. I could have found that out a year later.
Well, I also think it's pretty fucked. You're in an interesting situation where, like, you've had a gut feeling, you called him out, you guys break up, and then it's like, well, wait, how do I go from here? Because you're saying that nothing was happening, and then now something's happening. And so it was like your premonition was right all along. Something was fucking gonna go down.
Yeah, so
and
this
now
is
it's
what I'm
probably
gonna
going
say.
down.
I love Jaden. I wish him the absolute fucking best. I want him happy. So if him being happy is being with Nessa, be with fucking Nessa. If you being happy is being with anybody else, be with them. Because I want you happy. His album, fucking so good.
Yeah.
Literally can't wait for it to come out. I will sit in the back and literally watch him perform. I don't care. It is literally the greatest album I've ever heard in my entire life. And I'm not capping because I am in love with this person.
Yeah.
It is so fucking good. And it's going to change people's fucking life when they hear it. Because I know why he wrote it. He wrote that fucking album for Cooper, and I don't know if you guys know Cooper's story, but I fucking love that kid, and he's gone through so much fucking shit in his life, and I realize that album is about Cooper, about losing someone, whether it's love, a family member, over drugs, fucking mental abuse, eating disorders, anything. That album's gonna change people's fucking life, and I'm so fucking proud of him, and if him being happy is with her, then fucking do it. Like, that's
I think that's mature of you to say. I hate that you're getting called crazy because I think it's really frustrating.
I'm not crazy.
Okay, wait, what are you thinking with Nessa then? Like, losing
I
a
know
friendship?
that she's probably gonna say some shit. I fucking love Nessa.
Yeah.
I also wish her the fucking best. I know she goes through hard times. I know her entire life story. I know her backstory. I know everything about her family. I love her to fucking death. And she was my best friend. Yeah. We lived with each other for about 3 months. All we had was each other.
Right.
This is when me and Josh and Jaden and everyone, we all broke up, okay? This is a while ago. This is around 4th of July, 2 months before that. We had nobody. We literally only had each other, okay? And Nessa told me that she'll be there for me always. I'll be there for her always. It reaches 4th of July, right? I've been living with Nessa for 3 months. And I go home because something happened. Me and Jaden got in an argument. I went home and wanted to go home. I lived 2 hours away. And then I called Nessa the next day, hey, can I come up? I want to, the hype house at the time,
right?
You know, I was like, can I come with you? I want to go, you know, I just wanted my mind off of everything that's going on. She said, no, nobody wants you here. Nobody likes you. And then that's it. And so at that point, I knew she got with Chase. And I hate to bring this up because I know this is really sensitive to a lot of people. I love Charlie. I love Chase. I love Josh. I love Nessa. So I don't mean to bring this up. But I know she'll come out and say this because I'm a bitch for this.
Right.
So she was being rude to me, and I was like, in my head, I was like, I'll be a bitch. You want to be a bitch? I'll be a bitch harder.
Right.
Me and Jaden were talking again. He texted me the day after. Jaden texts me. I go hang out with Jaden, and then I was talking to Jaden. We were hanging out, and I was like, hey, this is eating me alive, so I just want to tell someone. You can't tell Josh, though. I don't want to hurt his feelings. I was like, Nessa got with Chase. At that point, that was like one of Josh's best friends.
And was he dating Charlie at the time?
No.
Okay.
Nobody was dating, so it wasn't technically cheating, but that's still like bro code.
Right.
I was laying in the same bed as Chase and Nessa. It's a studio apartment. I was in the bed with them. Okay.
Oh.
I look over at Chase, and Chase goes, shh. I fell back asleep. So I tell Josh, because Jaden said, if you don't tell Josh, I will.
Right.
I was like, you know what? I told you, I'll tell Josh. We called Josh. He was on his way home from Vegas. And we said, hey, we have something to tell you. He goes, I swear to God, if you're about to tell me what I know you're about to tell me, I'm going to be really fucking mad. He already had a feeling.
Like you had a feeling now.
Yeah, so it gives me chills. Ugh, it's so gross. So he came home, and I was about to say it, and then all the guys, Cooper, Jaden, everyone that was there goes, Nessa got with Chase. And he threw the ring light. Threw it. So pissed. Done with Nessa. Nessa called me crying and saying, your relationship with Jaden's not going to work out, so you better take blame for me. You better say you got with Chase. You better say it wasn't me. You better do this, because she doesn't know I told him. And she's like, your relationship with Jaden's going nowhere. My relationship with Josh is going somewhere. You better take the blame for it. Do it now. And I said, okay. I hung up. Didn't do it, because I'm the one who told him.
Right.
She ended up finding out I told him, and I said, yes, I did. I'm not going to deny it. Right. Bitchy move. But what she did was a bitchy move, too. And at that point, I didn't even think she was my friend anymore.
Right.
Months go by. I'm with Jaden. She's with Josh. We meet in a room and we're like, hey, I forgive you. I'm sorry. I love you. I want to be friends with you again. Just let's forget the past. We were stupid, immature, young girls. We're over it.
Right.
She was becoming one of my best friends again. We were getting so close. And then they filmed a song together, Jaden and Nessa. Song was great. I was like, go off, go for it. Yeah, I was kind of like iffy about it. Me and Josh were like, okay, Josh, let's make a song together.
Right,
whatever.
Right.
Fine. Then she started being rude to me and everybody in the house. And we were like, okay, it's fine. Maybe she's just going through something. It's fine. And then she apologized to everyone but me. And I was like, okay, so it's obviously something's deeper.
Right. Well, because I can imagine, like, at that point there's tension because, like, your boyfriend is with her and then you and Josh are kind of like, there's like a lot of tension that came over happening with this song.
Right.
And then obviously it escalated and unfortunately, like, your worst fears came true and now all of a sudden they're, like, basically now together.
Yeah.
They're not together, but.
Yeah. And so, yeah, that's literally the whole story. And
have you talked to Nessa?
No, that night I texted her, fuck you, which is probably really bitchy to do, but I was heated in the moment, and I was like, fuck you. Right. And I was like, if you don't answer me right now, I will tell Josh.
Right.
And she didn't answer. Nobody would answer me except for Jaden.
Do you feel like it's unfair that you're getting painted as, like, being ridiculous for coming out with this?
Do I think it's unfair? No, because I did post that video, and sabotage could mean multiple different things.
Right.
Am I thankful that I get to say my side right now? Yes. Because I'm not crazy. Anyone listening to this can even say, no, she's crazy, she's doing this, that, whatever.
Well, I want to know, what are you crazy for? What did you do? You called your boyfriend when you thought that you found out that he was basically potentially going to hook up with Nessa.
Yes, and he said he wasn't, so I believed him, and then he told me this morning he likes her. But if he's happy, he's happy.
How do you feel right now?
I kind of feel at peace.
But you were so emotional when you came in. Was it just because, like, you got hit with that news?
Yeah. Got hit with that news. I was crying all morning. I was like, oh my gosh, I have to go on this podcast.
I'm so sorry. Dude,
no, you're
you
fine.
Didn't have to come.
You're fine. It's better now than later.
Right.
I was knew I was going to cry anyway, so I was like, I'm not going to cry now. And then I saw you and I was like,
I know. And it's the first time we're meeting, and I'm like, fuck. Like, now we're like having.
And you know when someone's like, are you sure you're fine? You're like, well, fuck you. Now I'm not.
Yeah, now I'm not. Now I know you walked in. I was like, hello, are you okay? And you're like, no, fuck. So she like literally walks in with like sunglasses or hood up. I'm like, oh my god, fuck.
I was literally like,
yeah, people can say you're crazy, but I like to break it down to be like, you're not crazy. Why are you crazy?
Yeah, I mean, you also have to think of these things. You lose your boyfriend or your girlfriend. You lose that entire family.
Yeah.
You lose that entire other family that you made your own.
Yeah.
I don't have his sisters, his mom. You know what I mean? Like, you just lose all of that. He gave me a promise ring and he broke it. He didn't break the ring. He gave me a promise ring that I'm going to marry you and I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then, you know, things change. And I don't wear the ring anymore.
What I can tell you is, at 18, I had a boyfriend that I thought I was going to marry. Yeah. And then you're going to look back and be like, probably half of these people won't even be in your life. Mm-hmm. But I understand right now it hurts so fucking much. Yeah. Dude, something about the iPads. I found out my boyfriend was cheating on me through a fucking iPad.
All I have to say is, if you want advice, I'll give you advice right now. Girls, boys, if you have a gut feeling in your stomach, it's most likely 1000% true.
Do you want to say and share anything else? Dude, I'm so...
Same as like I said from the beginning, like... Love Jaden, forever and always. Like I said, I will sit in the back of your concerts just to watch you perform one more fucking time because I know how talented you are and I know how much you actually want this. I know his backstory, I know his family story, I know everything about that kid. I know him better than anybody will ever know him, and I just wish him the fucking best because I did think I was gonna marry him, but I already told him if he wants to marry someone else and that makes him happy, he can do it.
I think that that's a good way to look at it. I also would say I actually think it's good that you kind of have them blocked, not in a catty way, but like you got to start to try to figure out like what your life is without them, and maybe you'll eventually one day get back together, but like for now it's like you got to do your own thing and you can't be weighed down by two other people making a decision to either be, maybe they won't even be together, who fucking knows, but like you've got to figure out your own shit and you got to take care of yourself, and clearly you've got a little battle to go uphill right now because you were burned, someone lied to you, people were being shady. That creates trust issues. Like how now all of a sudden the next boyfriend you have, you're gonna be like, let me see your fucking iPad. Like it breeds insecurity when men are, this happened to me, or women, whoever does it. If you're lying to someone when you're in, break up with, he should have just broken up with you the minute he had feelings for her or was thinking of it. He should have broken up with you.
And he tells me after we broke up, that's when the feelings like came to play.
But it's like you were his girlfriend dating. And you were listening to those voice messages while you were his girlfriend, so no.
Yeah, all my friends are telling me I'm oblivious and that I don't see it, but I believed him.
But it's hard to, people can say it when you're looking on the outside, like, oh, you're oblivious. Like, well, no, because you're in love with someone. And so it's really hard to see the true
No, they were
side.
saying I'm oblivious as is, and like he fully is trying to get with Nessa and you don't see it.
Right, and I'm saying, but how were you supposed to see that when you're like, well, he's my boyfriend, I believe him. You believed him because you wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt because he's giving you a promise ring. He's saying he loves you. He's saying he's going to marry you.
I think we just went into it too quick of we're going to make this work that it just made it worse.
Do you think there's any future of you guys ever getting back together?
Right now, no.
Okay.
Yeah, no. Not at all.
So just focus on yourself.
Literally. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
Focus on yourself if you're a believer, lean on God.
What are you going to do?
Talk to people who are going to treat you right and not talk about him or her.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, what are you going to do to get through this breakup? Because it's so fucking public.
I'm doing everything I can. I mean, I kind of feel like me and Jaden were holding each other back. I mean, I did acting lessons this week. I did dance lessons. I did vocal lessons. I'm literally doing everything I can to just make myself a better person. Acting is one of my biggest goals, is to be in a Marvel movie.
Oh my God.
I know,
right? Dude, well, sometimes people, when you're in a relationship that's not moving forward,
you get too comfortable.
Yeah, and then you're like not focusing on yourself because you're focusing on the other person, and clearly the other person was focusing on another person.
I went through this breakup. I met Jaden, and I immediately started dating him, which was a mistake. So it's like you have to heal that hole in your heart, fill it with God, fill it with good people, fill it with good friends, and then be with that person.
Yeah.
You have to completely heal, 110% be healed, and then be with that person that you say you love, or else it's not going to work.
Yeah, you got to be whole on your own.
And we just weren't healed. We weren't making each other happy, and that's not our fault. That's just how our love is. So
I appreciate you telling your story.
Thank you. Also, please, nobody hate on them. No, we don't.
Dude, there is no hate. I think that's why everyone always has to tell their side of the story. I think if you were just to like keep going, you're gonna still keep getting hate. But it's like, always know there's two sides of the story, and usually both sides there's going to be differences in it because everyone's biased to their own opinion. So it's like nobody will ever know the inner workings of your relationship with Jaden because they weren't in bed together with you guys. No one will know the dynamic of you, Josh, Nessa, everyone. Like, no one's going to know that, but your story, it makes sense. I think calling you crazy, fuck right off anybody that's going to say that from this story, because I'm a good test to be like, no, that's a little crazy. I can be fucking crazy. You did nothing crazy. You had a gut feeling, you went with it, and now we're sitting here.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on.
No, thank you for having me.
Dude!